Hey guys, this is Chris and Kai. This is Chris and Kai's cooking show. You've met Kai. I'm Chris. Tonight we have an enchilada dish for you. Normally I use chicken, but tonight we're going with steak because they didn't have the chicken I was looking for. So went with some stew meat. You can see I've already chopped up the stew meat pretty nice so we can get it cooking. Basically we're going to start with the cool smoke again because it adds that great flavor that you get with the seasonings that are in it, the cumin and oregano and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and cover this up pretty nicely. It is a rub, so you can use it as liberally as you want, really. Just don't want to go too overboard because it does have some salt in it. But like I said, since it's a rub, you can add a little extra. Alright, now that we've made a mess everywhere, gonna go ahead and heat up the skillet with a little bit of olive oil in it. Thought about butter basting it, but probably better not with today's meal. So we're gonna heat that up. I've got 3 cans of hot enchilada sauce here, already dumped in there. I've got 2 cans of chipotle peppers in adobo because obviously I've been hitting that chipotle kick, why not? These just smell great, so I'm going to try and get some of that sauce out of there. Add some flavor to our enchilada sauce. I said the enchilada sauce is the little Paso, it's the hot kind. That's the one I prefer, but this meal here that we're going to have, you can pretty much interchange any part of it that you want to. Pretty easy. You don't like a certain cheese, you just add what kind of cheese you do like. I'm making this spicy, obviously. Pretty much like everything spicy, so that's how we're going to make this one. Like I said, I normally use a chicken breast. They have the garlic butter marinated at Hy-Vee that I love using for this recipe. Never tried it with steak, honestly, but you know, you could probably pick out some kind of steak that you like if you're not a fan of the stew meat. It just was already chopped up and it seemed like an easy way to go. So that's what we're doing. Got the chipotles dipped into the sauce and we're going to stir that up nicely. I also have about 4 different kinds of cheese here. This is a cheesy enchilada, so if you don't like cheese, this might not be your thing. I like a lot of cheese, so that's what we're going for. First cheese I have here is the cheddar. I went ahead and shredded it since it was in a block. It's got ghost peppers, jalapenos, and habaneros. Normally I use some sort of pepper jack, so we're replacing that with that. I usually use the queso fresco and crumble it on top. It doesn't melt all that much, but we're going to try some cojita. It's already grated up. It does look like it's a little more melty. And we're going to go with the queso cheese. The 4th cheese that I always use is just tostitos. It adds that good flavor to the end of it. So it does turn out to be a pretty good enchilada. Have a bite, babe. Kai's got a little turkey and rice today. Looks like you lost a hat. Oh, you're gonna wear it, dude. It's your hat, dude. There you go. Cool. Yeah, it's okay. Kai's really loving these toys he got. Alright, so now that we got that started, let's go ahead and get this meat cooked. Grab a spatula here. Definitely smell the cumin. That's probably my favorite part of this rub. It's cumin. Alright. Definitely probably did not need 2.5 pounds of stew meat, but I wasn't really sure, so whatever we don't use, I'll find something else to make with. I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. And then I'm going to throw a little bit more of the seasoning on it. go ahead and let this cook up. I've got all my cheeses shredded, so that's what we're going with. I do have these jalapeno cheddar wraps. Normally I use just 8-pack of your burrito shells. They make the perfect size. This isn't really one that you'd use a corn shell on because they're going to be wrapped up like a burrito for the most part. You could use the corn if you wanted to make something layered. I'm not a big fan of corn tortillas unless it's on a taco. So what you doing, dude? You're losing it. Losing everything here, sir. Yeah. You're losing your mind. Check, Kai. Alright, we're back in action. Another bite? Take a bite, dude. Yummy. Alright, so I do have the oven preheating to 375. Normally what I do is 2 packs of tortilla shells. They're 8 packs apiece. I don't have anybody eating tonight with me, so, and even then that makes a whole lot more than I can ever eat. I've got my biggest pan here. I'm going to go ahead and drizzle some of this sauce on the bottom of it. I generally like to cover the bottom of the pan with the sauce. That way when you do put them in there and it does cook, that you don't have to worry about it sticking as bad. Also gives more flavor to the shells themselves. So see if I can get some more of this chipotle out of here while we're waiting. Oh yeah. This is a different brand of the chipotles that I'm used to, but the last time I used them, the flavor just, smell itself was just intense, and that's what we're going for, is intense when I cook. So yeah, try it again. Plus they're cheaper. It's weird how these are much cheaper and they smell a lot better, so we're going to go with it. You've got a riot going on over here, sir. A riot. Yeah. A riot, buddy. Boop. You know you put them inside the pot, just like that. Alright guys, so we're going to take a short intermission while we let this cook. Alright guys, we are back. I did get the meat nice and cooked up. You can see that perfect color in there. I've tried it. Pretty dang tasty, not gonna lie. This may end up tasting better than what it normally tastes like. I went ahead and warmed up the tortillas, although if you use these wraps, they're pretty thin. You may not actually have to do a whole lot of that. Now it's all about the layers. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to throw some meat on here. I usually just do it right on top. Some of the quesadilla cheese. You really want this to be cheesy. A little bit of the pepper cheese. It's pretty spicy. Doesn't take a lot. And then this cheese. So you can use that one pretty liberally too. I'm actually going to toss some on the bottom of the pan here. Hope it'll crust up onto the shells themselves to add a little bit more flavor. This stuff's almost the consistency of a Parmesan. So once you get that taken care of, you want to get the tortilla cheese out. You definitely don't want to forget this. Alright, so just a dollop. Not even a dollop. Then you just want to roll it up like a burrito. I'm going to try and fit 12 of them in here, so that might be a task, because I normally only fit 8 in each and they're pretty tight. Alright. You good, sir? Oh, you lost it all. Have a bite, sir. Have a bite. Here you go, Chef Pat. I know. You're doing good, dude. Alright, so. He's not exactly liking the hat tonight, I guess. Now, this quesadilla cheese is going to be your melty cheese, so it's okay to use as much as you want on that, and it's going to just add a lot to it. One of the Mexican cheeses is notorious for melting, for sure. Alright, so there's 2 of them. Now I'm going to take another intermission while I put these all together. Alright guys, we are back. Now I decided that 12 might be a little much for this pan. Never really done more than 8. These come in 6 packs, so we're going to go ahead and go with the extra pan method. You can see I went ahead and poured some of the sauce on after I got the 6 made. Looks good though. Normally when I make 2 different pans, I'll make one mild and one hot, that way I'm not making everybody else suffer. But for today's, we're just going to make 2 hot ones because it's me. Probably take some of this to work if there's extras, but I'm going to go ahead with this cojita cheese and we're going to spread it liberally over the top like a Parmesan would. Normally this would be a queso fresco like I said, but today we're trying something different and this tastes pretty tasty cheese. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll use whatever else I have left in the bag of shredded cheese, so why not throw a little bit extra of the spicy cheese on top. Now, I do like to spread some tostitos cheese over the top as well. Just some dollops, it'll all cook the same. Alright. Now, we're going to go ahead and put some aluminum foil over this. We don't want it to be too crispy on top. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oven's already preheated, 375 is fine. You can go 400 if you want to try and cook it a little faster. But that is not necessary. Now, these bad boys out of there, they've been cooking. Don't ask. Just don't ask about that one. Alright. Now, got that put in there. Probably check on it in about 20-30 minutes. Probably just go with 30 minutes. In that time period, I'm going to go ahead and make the other pan and take a short intermission to get this little kid fed. And then we'll be back for a taste test. Alright fam, we are back. I went ahead and got that next pan made. You can see it's all cheesed up and we're just going to go ahead and trade these 2 out. Since we went ahead and cooked the meat, we don't have to wait for it to cook. We're basically just melting the cheese at this point. Alright. Throw that in there. Get some pot holders. Try these new ones I got. Oh yeah. Let's take a look. I'd say we could probably leave that in there a little bit longer. Cheese is melty on top, but looks like it needs a little bit longer. So we will come back in another 15 minutes. Very good. Alright guys, we are back. We're going to go ahead and pull this out. Obviously, you guys have a life, I've got a life. This guy's getting a little impatient and throwing everything, and we're going to check it out. should be melted enough to try. We do have that other pan in there. It's definitely got to cook a little bit longer. All right. Better get that money shot in there for you guys. There you go. Everything's melted on top. You can hear it sizzling a little bit. These things are pretty filling, so if you're not a big eater, one of these will fill you up. They're bigger than your normal Taco Bell burritos, so if you're eating anything with it, I suggest like a Mexican style rice or some tamales. If you can get real tamales, even better. Tamales out of a can work. I like those as well. Now I like to spoon some of the sauce over the top just to add some more flavor, because it smells amazing. Alright, check that plate out, family. There you go. Love to get Kai some of this, but well, spicy for him. He's been gnawing on that quesadilla cheese though. He really seems to like it. Wow. Yeah. So definitely got a kick to it. Definitely. The mix of the the mix of the sauces being hot and the cheese itself, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty freaking tasty. So Kai will not be eating it, but I'll be meal prepping it all week. Yeah. So like I said, you want to make this, throw in your favorite kind of cheeses. You want to put mozzarella in it. You can put whatever you want in it. Normally what I use is the chicken, and I use the Mexican 4 cheese or the cheddar jack, the Mexican cheddar jack. That's actually my favorite. Either one of those two, and then like a pepper jack. You just use a regular pepper jack. It's not that spicy. You can also take and use the mild sauces, the mild enchilada sauces. You can use the green. It's also mild. I've tried it with the green. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll mix the green and the hot. You can mix the mild and the hot to make it more of a medium. You want to take out the meat, you can do that. You want to use some vegan something in there, you're welcome to do that too. But I'm telling you, these enchiladas, they're fantastic. Sorry guys. Pretty tasty. So get you some. Alright guys, this has been Kai and Chris's cooking show. Chris and Kai. This is Kai. I'm Chris. Don't forget to share and don't forget to subscribe.